Hi Radwa, very happy to see these essays from you. Great job. Let's get right into your correction, see what you had to say. Doing an enjoyable activity with a child can develop better skills and more creativity than reading. Let's see. It is generally accepted that reading contributes to building many skills in a child. This is incorrect here, okay? In my opinion, there are other entertaining activities, however, that may aid to develop even better skills. Okay? So, the structure of this is fine, but the grammar is off in a number of places. Okay? So let's just be a little aware of the grammar and try to correct some of that. Okay, moving on. It is undoubtedly true that reading possesses many benefits to help children develop knowledge and imagination. Okay, again, we're missing some elements here. Nevertheless, other activities such as PlayStation can achieve even better results in this regard, maybe. By this I mean, on playing with game consoles, don't write kids in an IELTS essay, avoid it. It's a little too informal, so we prefer the word children. Children can acquire multitasking, not talents, but they're actually called multitasking abilities, multitasking skills, but not a talent, okay? Let's try it again. By this I mean, by playing with game consoles, children can acquire multitasking skills, which raises their spatial awareness and their reflexive responses. This is not special, you mean spatial here, spelled rather differently. Such talents are hard to be gained by just reading. For instance, research is always uncountable, it's never with an ES. Research has shown really, that children who enjoy PlayStation 2 hours per week revealed higher psychometric test results singular, compared to their counterparts. Therefore, children's cognition can be better augmented by other enjoyable activities rather than reading. Moreover, practicing different types of sports does not. We never use contractions in IELTS, always the full word. So moreover, practicing different kinds of sports does not only allow children to enjoy physical fitness and a healthy lifestyle, but also enhances their cognitive abilities. This is because it enables them to be so alert and highly focused for a long time. In addition, the competition spirit, careful with your spelling, no comma, that they enjoy throughout the game, again no comma, aids them to be more determined? I think you mean determined. A good example of that is, no comma, children who are involved in school sports usually get 10% higher marks in their final evaluation when compared to others, as has been shown by the recent school statistics. Okay, usually is a key word for the present simple, so it should be get. Thus, sports assist children to develop higher variable skills as compared to reading. I don't know what you mean by variable here. It doesn't really make sense. To conclude, despite the fact that reading is beneficial to children, there are other enjoyable activities that further enhance their cognitive abilities and expand their skills. That's what you really mean here, okay? So you've got the general idea. However, a lot of the grammar creates some issues. So you want to definitely be a little more aware and careful of the grammar you use. Now let's take a look at your other task 2. Let's see. This is schools have to be more entertaining or whether they should just educate. Let's see what you said. Whether schools' goals should extend to involving other enjoyable activities or if it should be limited to education only has been a debatable issue. I believe students will be more productive if they enjoy their time in schools. Okay, fine. In my opinion, schools would be more entertaining when involving various, you mean, not variable. They're two different words. If you're not sure about the difference, please look them up. This would beget positive consequences on the overall student's performance, as they represent delightful breaks, for students to recharge. You don't need this. They can strongly assimilate their subjects. In addition, these activities help students to develop their talents and improve their cognitive abilities. For instance, research is always singular because it's uncountable. Research showed that scholars who are involved in practice that enhance practices that enhance their talents, no comma, showed higher IQ, showed a higher IQ, you don't even need to say percent, than their counterparts. Therefore, involving these sorts of activities in the school will make students feel more positive and excited about it, which eventually will improve their overall performance. Okay, it's fine. For me, there are few too many of these cohesive devices in the beginning of the sentence. So let me show you what I mean. In my opinion, in addition, for instance, therefore. Okay, it's just a little too much. It's almost in every single sentence. So try to limit how many of these you use, okay? You did use some nice cohesion, like here with this, here with they, and they again, these activities, but try to reduce all of these that start in the beginning of the sentence with a comma. Okay, moving on. Some people argue that education should be the only goal for schools, and other entertaining activities can be practiced in other different places, such as clubs, etc. They claim that the curriculum for the scientific subject, for scientific subjects, not the, is long. I don't know what you mean here by long. What do you mean, that it's intense? That it's, I'm not really sure. So pupils should make utmost use of their time in learning these subjects. For example, teachers council in, not teachers, you don't need an apostrophe here. In schools, noted that pupils who are involved in such activities tend to be more distracted and careless compared to their mates. Thus, the main purpose of schools should be restricted to education to fulfill the full scientific objectives. Okay, I think you could have added a little more to this, maybe like an extra sentence just to develop it a little more completely. All right, and then your conclusion. To conclude, please don't use a colon here. You need to use a comma instead. I firmly believe that involving various entertaining activities in school, in addition to education, will ultimately improve the overall performance of students. Okay, fine. But what happens now is you need to reverse the order of your paragraphs, okay? You said it here and you said it here, but you talked about this. Okay, so just to kind of reiterate that, you said that students would be more productive if they enjoy their time in schools, and then you talk about that first. But that's wrong, because we always are supposed to talk about the side we don't support first, and then we leave the side that we do support last, okay? So this is something that would affect your coherence and cohesion grade, or your score rather, because it doesn't show a logical progression of your ideas. So those need to be reversed, okay? On the whole, though, there were some nice elements to this essay, especially for your first time. So what you need to do now, of course, is correct these essays and then add the errors to your error correction list. Then you need to write out new essays for us, okay? So we'll be here. We'll be waiting to see what you write next, and I want to wish you lots of luck with your next writing assignments.